All right, gentle ladies and gentle chads, welcome to our victory lap for calling the liquidity peak, but also showing you a little bit of a delay that happens between Bitcoin tops and the other assets, specifically XRP. Who am I kidding? For those people watching from Real Vision, thank you for joining. And actually, if you're one of the Giga Chad elites that is part of the Pro Crypto group, make sure you watch this upcoming Pro Crypto Distillery, Crypto Distillery, I can't even say that word, Crypto Distillery episode that's coming up at the end of this month. I've written a bit of a stand-up comedy set, but it's a sit-down comedy set to explain my XRP journey, and tune in to watch me bomb harder than my Pakistani cousins. No, I'm not Pakistani. I'm Indian, you racist. But I forgive you. We all look the same. And genuinely, we literally actually look the same. Pakistan used to be India back in the day. So I'll get to the point. Relax, okay? Let me have some fun. We nailed the liquidity peak. That was one hell of a call. Okay, liquidity, global liquidity peaked here, had a 70-day delay, and this is where Bitcoin fell off of a cliff. Okay? And if you're like, wow, Sim, you're a genius. No, I'm not. This is Raul's framework, right? Raul runs GMI. I'm sure those guys know what they're talking about. They said there was a 10-week to 12-week delay. Their chart showed 10-week on one of the things. So we thought, okay, 10 weeks, December 9th should be the peak. That looks like it was the peak. We will only know in hindsight. Now, am I dumping everything right now and running for the hills? Absolutely not, right? Yeah, congratulations to everybody who took profits on Bitcoin around the 100K mark. I think in hindsight, it's going to be another one of those March-style things where you basically took profits at a local top. Now, this thesis, don't just go by this. These things don't, they work until they don't. And obviously, Raul's the one who came up with it. So if he says something different, we will go with that, because he is not the dad we have, but he's the dad we deserve, for real. So this thing now says that we should have another long time of a dump, right? So if we go from here, well, this thing doesn't want to. If we go from here to here, that's 53 days of dumping. So, that's like a Christmas dump. It's like that dump you take after you eat all that Christmas food. And then maybe liquidity still keeps bottoming out. We don't know what's going to happen going forward, but let us see. So with this framework, right, one thing to remember is that Bitcoin topping and the other coins topping doesn't happen at the same time. So let me just get to XRP, because I know a bunch of you XRP heads are here. So what are we looking at? This is the soul chart. Wait, what happened to my XRP? Wait, which one of you guys stole my XRP? It was here. Now I only have these ones listed. Okay, anyways. XR to the pizzles. Okay, so like if you're looking at XRP, and we layer Bitcoin on top, we like looking at things on the weekly because we are not artificially, attention deficit children, although I was diagnosed with it and I cheated my way into getting Adderall subscription from the legal drug dealer. So this was the Bitcoin peak last time. And then it took another 3 weeks for the liquidity to flow into XRP for its final push, for that final bananas level push. Now, I think what's happening right now is not that peak. I think it's actually this peak right now. Obviously, we don't know. Even then, Bitcoin had this early peak right there. It went into what looked like a crash, and then we had this big pump on XRP. So am I pulling a katana catch on XRP? No. As of now, I'm saying no, because one, it's called a katana catch. Like, nobody should catch a katana, especially you. If you try to catch a katana, you'll cut your hands off, and then how are you going to hold my bags, right? That's a very logical thing to think. But also because there's always a delay, right? So as Bitcoin peaks, profits get taken. It takes time for those profits to flow into the other coins. And that's why there's this disconnect, because everybody thinks Bitcoin is the entire market, but actually in these times, that little nuance is of the essence. So in that corrective phase is when the next leg should happen, and I am not going to miss that. So I'm not going to sell any of my XRP. If I had to catch it, I should have been able to sell it there and catch it here. Didn't catch that one. What I caught is a root canal in my face, and that's been a whole horror show that you'll catch in another video, or maybe you won't because you're not in one of the communities where that video will be posted. But the point is, okay, if Bitcoin's peaked out right here, I'm going to give it a couple more weeks, a few more weeks to see what happens with this price action. On the monthly, it's just a straight rocket, right? On the monthly back here, we had 3 straight months of blast off moon time. Yeah, there was this big correction, 60% crash there. Could we have a 60% crash because of this liquidity? Very likely. I mean, very possible. Who really knows what's going to happen? But that's something to look at. Now, another thing we were looking at was, you could see the Bitcoin correction coming from a mile away. Okay, so this is obviously I use the hybrid indicator, which you don't have because we're next level shit. But basically, this indicator, you could pull this up by looking at the RSI or looking at the MACD together, right? This is a few other things combined with it. But the point is, it had massive negative divergence, bearish divergence, as some old schoolers call it. While Bitcoin was going up, it was going down, right? The same thing happened back here in March. Bitcoin was going up, we had a negative divergence, boom. That's one signal to be able to sell. All of that has signaled that, okay, it seems like the Bitcoin run is done. Now everybody's talking about 100K Bitcoin, like predicted. It went above 100 to FOMO everybody in, knock out all those orders, and get everybody on the boat. And smart money has been gladly handing their bags to holders right around here. So a lot of people are going to cry a lot of tears. And like we've said, the tourist shakeout process seems like it's playing out perfectly right now. Now, looking at the Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance did break down. And again, we don't just look at the Bitcoin dominance. Come on, you think we're normies? We look at the Bitcoin minus stablecoin dominance. Pro level shit. But this is a better reflection, right? You can see it broke down for sure. This is on the weekly, so it's confirmed. Now it's going back up, but usually, during altcoin season, this could fall significantly further. In the next few weeks, it falling further makes sense. And then when the real cliff happens, everything falls off of a cliff together, right? Then it's not like you're going to have one thing or another. I think everything falls off of a cliff. But in this moment, you're going to see you should see a lot of the liquidity flowing into the other coins. Now, another way to look at money making season and money taking season is the tether dominance. So this is, when tether goes down, market runs. When tether goes up, market doesn't run. When tether goes back down, market runs. It's gone down to the same level it's gone down to before. Now, could it break down lower? Yeah, it's broken down below those levels. Do I think it's going to break down lower? I think so. Why? I watched Coins Kid's analysis, and he drew all these beautiful curves that just convinced me. But it could definitely break down lower, right? I think it could go down here and make another low and then go further up. But who really knows? Especially not me. Another interesting reflection to look at is okay, this is total 3, right? Which is Bitcoin and Ethereum excluded from the total market cap. It went up and tapped its all-time high, right? Total market cap went up above its all-time high. So it's now made it's basically looking like it's going to retrace back to this level. Could it go lower? For sure, but it's gone up. Total 3 without Bitcoin and Ethereum went up and tapped. So could it have run out? Yes, but more than likely it's going to break higher and retest that. That would give that little bit of liquidity that we're talking about. But really, we're all interested in the others chart, which is the market cap minus the top 10 coins. And that one still has a few billion to run, right? That one right now is at 379. The top was at 492. That's nothing to scoff at. especially for these tiny coins where a billion makes a big difference. For the big boys, what's a few billion between friends, right? But these pleb coins definitely could do something. If it goes up and even taps this, that's 100 something billion flowing into there. It going above and retesting, we are laughing to the bank at Christmas. So all these are different kind of ways of looking at where things are, where things are going. It also makes sense that capital is moving down the risk curve, right? We've had this amazing run on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin dominance has been the thing. Capital has stayed in the safe end of the curve when it comes to crypto. Usually at this kind of final stage of the before the real cliffs happen, you'll see capital move into the riskier end of the curve, right? So do get ready for that. And I think when that happens, I'm happy to take a decent bit of profits. Obviously, as our strategy has always been get into an asset at each multiple, take out 20% of the initial capital. That's been executed beautifully. So that profit's already sitting on the side. But I think in this next run, especially, we have XRP, XLM, those having another leg in them, I think I will take some profits off the top. Especially because the farm stand round is going to open, and I definitely don't want to, skip that for just holding on to a dinosaur and an ancient coin. Now, if you're somebody who's like, Sim, I'm waiting for you to let me know when you catch the katana. I've told you many times, I'm not going to do that because you're somebody who just blindly follows somebody else, especially me, when I call it a katana catch. Like, if I throw you a katana in real life, do you catch it? No, you move out of the way and you just sit, right? Same thing here. Please don't katana catch. It's the worst idea ever. Yeah, I'm doing it. I sometimes do the things that are the worst idea ever. I also flip katanas for a living, right? I've been doing it for 12 years now. And even then, I probably won't do it, is what I'm telling you, okay? So don't catch katanas. Do, take profits along the way if that's your strategy. Otherwise, the simplest, easiest, lowest risk way to make money in this market is don't fuck this up. Just don't do anything. Don't let some, idiot convince you to sell here, buy here, It's not that easy. It's also a momentary thing that happens. It's like if you miss it, if you're at a dentist for 4 hours and it happens then, you miss the whole thing. Right, so all in all, seems like the market is going to give us another opportunity, another leg up, especially for the smaller coins. I would not be surprised if more coins reach the bamboo zone and they just go do this, XRP, XLM, Tron style moves where they just go bananas. But those specifically, the bamboo zone coins are reserved for the ones that the elites have selected, and that now you're starting to see that narrative play out. But still, the banana zone coins, there's a lot of coins that are going to reach the banana zone or are going to start their main move at the banana zone during this time, during this billion move in the others chart. Okay, so that's the update. Hopefully it works out. Regardless, we're going to make money. Now, the thing to remember, especially if you're somebody newer, when the cliff comes, it is going to turn your stomach upside down. You're going to want to throw up. And the next thing you're going to want to do is go yell at your kids and yell at your wife and just get your anger out somewhere. Don't. Okay? Meditate. Go punch a bag or something. Because this is an emotional roller coaster like nobody's business. We have been in the good times for a while. Don't forget, we were in the shit times for 200 days from March until, this whole run started. Expect that there's going to be a big correction. That's just a Tuesday. That's totally a normal part of this market. Now, you know what that correction is going to be? You know what that correction looks like once you're years down the road and you want to, you're talking to your divorce attorney about why you yelled at your wife? That looks like this correction. This one? This one or this one? Who gives a shit? It looks like a pimple, right? Now, this correction, when it was happening, looked bananas. It looked like a if I can draw, this loom thing doesn't let me draw things properly. It looks like God damn it. It looks like an idiot trying to draw a line on a chart. 40% correction. Wow, oh my God, holy shit, my portfolio just went down 40%. Babe, your portfolio went up 500%, and then it went down 40% for 40 seconds. This is weekly, fine. For a few weeks, you had to deal with your emotions that you just doubled. Even if you sold at that point, you doubled your money, okay? So take things in perspective, right? Don't freak out. Let the process play out. If it plays out, fantastic. We got a discount. If you got cash, buy it. If you didn't take profits on the way up, why are you watching this channel? Shut it off, right? But otherwise, be happy, because as soon as that cliff happens, people like me are going to go buy up that dip. We're going to push the prices up. That cliff happening the cliff I'm talking about should happen around some major event that gives the central banks a reason to print insane amounts of money. If global liquidity has gotten to this point without the central banks printing money, what is going to happen next is just something completely bananas. And at this point, if you miss this next part of the bull run, you are done, okay? If you miss this next part of the bull run, say goodbye to most of the gains that you're going to make during this time, okay? This is what that bull run looks like. Let's not put it on XRP because it makes everything look terrible. Even me, it made me look like shit for like a year and a half, and now it makes me look like Jesus, and I turn water into caviar. This is what a money printing cycle looks like, okay? This is the kind of chop that happens before that causes these pre-pumps. If you miss this, it's going to be over. So if you try to catch a katana and try to get cute with it, and if you're an emotional being, you'll never catch it. This chop is going to look like nothing when they print like enough money to make God greedy, okay? And remember, if you haven't seen this, we'll show you again. One more time, when it loads, okay? This is how much money they printed during that cycle. This is how much money they're going to print this time. If you miss it, you will pay. Okay, you will cry tears forever. You will have trauma. Your therapist will bleed you dry. You'll definitely get a divorce, all because you tried to do what I'm doing. I'm single for you get it. I'm single for a reason. Okay, ladies, don't call me. Okay, anyways, love you guys. See you until next time.